What's good, NBA family? I am your host, Jeremiah, and welcome to the ShoottheJ channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the NBA Cup for 2025-2026. Tonight, we got some West games going on. We already had the East game decided last night. Let's go Orlando Magic. But we're going to see what's popping. All right, enough glaze on the Orlando Magic. I'll have enough to speak about them next video. But regardless, tonight our first matchup is the Thunder versus the Suns. Now, clearly, as expected, the Thunder were going to be here. But somehow, the Thunder have outperformed their previous championship winning season. They're starting a whopping 23-1. Half of those games missing two vital starters in Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams. This team is scary as hell. SGA is somehow playing better than his MVP season, averaging about 34 points per game while playing less minutes because they don't even play fourth quarters since they're blowing everybody out. I can speak for all of the NBA fans when I say we don't know how to stop this team. Who is going to be the answer? Who is going to put the brakes on this team and stop the potential dynasty from happening? I'm not sure if it's really going to happen. They're looking like they're going to repeat. That being said, they've beaten all the top teams. They have the greatest chemistry in the league. And the scariest part, they have two first-round picks or swaps or whatever the fuck you want to call them. But with the Utah Jazz, which is all right, and the Clippers, which are absolutely struggling right now, this dynasty may not go away for quite a while. Now, on to speaking of this franchise right now, actually not doing too bad right now. I feel really bad for putting the Suns in this matchup and for them putting themselves here. I think you could have put any roster together and they still won't beat the Thunder in this matchup. That being said, the Suns have had a very surprising season. They're going 14-10. They have a 7 seed, almost notching them a 6 seed in the competitive West. They've been able to outperform their talent on paper. They have a cohesive unit, even without Jalen Green. I think he played the first 2 games and then freak injury. Hopefully he's all right, but no Jalen Green and still outperforming what most people expected to for Phoenix. So Phoenix has got to be proud to be in this spot, but not for long. Now, eventually with Jalen Green back at some point in the season, I expect the Suns to slot a playoff spot or at least win a play-in game to get themselves into the playoffs, but they put themselves in a good spot right now. That being said, not looking the greatest to play against the Thunder right now. I did read that Devin Booker is questionable for tonight, so even if he does play tonight, he's coming back from a 2-game injury, so it only adds to the deficit in this matchup. If he doesn't play tonight, it's going to get really ugly, extremely ugly. I have the OKC Thunder to win tonight and to head to the NBA Cup semifinal as expected. Very sad. Now on to the matchup of the night, Los Angeles Lakers versus the San Antonio Spurs. Now the Lakers have absolutely started firing on all cylinders this season. Everybody, myself included, expected a slow start with no LeBron for the first 15 games. Austin Reeves and DeAndre Ayton has stepped up to the plate to add some real support to Luka in his prime. They needed some good role players to fit around this, and I think it's working out pretty well. That being said, speaking of Luka, MVP Luka is just putting up crazy numbers, averaging 35, 9, and 9, even higher than what Shea is doing. I mean, he's got probably the best case for MVP right now, depending on where the Lakers end up. Everything runs through Luka, as it should. The role players are complimenting him nicely, and I really think for about a year, well, I mean, he's only been coached for 2 years, JJ Redick has been looking for the right team to fit around his system. LeBron wasn't working with it, or at least whatever roster they had before with AD. This is the right team to fit JJ's style. They're younger, they're faster, they're smarter, they're better defensively. Everything else is just clicking for this team. Also, with LeBron returning back after missing about 15 games, he's looked pretty mortal in his only 7 games played, averaging about 16 points, 7 assists. Expected from a 41-year-old GOAT right now, but sad to say we may be seeing late-stage Bron at this point in this season, which is fine. I mean, he can coast, and they can still do what they need to do or even do better than last year. So I think they're making the right decisions, making the right moves. It's hard to see them losing tonight. It's hard seeing them lose to pretty much anybody, even though I want the Rockets to beat them. The Rockets have a better record than them. The Lakers are just that team. Luka is that guy. Now, San Antonio fans, stand up. With my chopped-ass Aldridge jersey. I need to get a Wemby jersey soon. We're almost there. Christmas is coming soon. The San Antonio Spurs have finally risen to their young dynasty expectations this year. They're starting at 16-7. They're the 5 seed in a hyper-competitive West. In fact, if they win tonight, hopefully, they actually overtake to the 2 seed with the Lakers tied with everybody else in the damn West. The Spurs have finally found what clicks with their roster. Wembanyama, Stephen Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper as the new addition. They've brought this team to life with their talent and their chemistry. Without Wembanyama, even missing half of the games played, because that's just the way it goes. You always want to be patient and cautious with a legend like that. De'Aaron Fox has taken the lead on this team. He's averaging 25 points per game, 7 assists. Stephen Castle and Dylan Harper are also having their own addition, being 2 young pieces to the core. Stephen Castle having a great second season. Everything is just working right now, and it's beautiful to see. You would expect them to kind of figure things out this season, but it seems like it's already figured out. If anything, they're looking to the next step of a Giannis trade, a John Morant, this or that. I mean, they have a lot of things in their back pocket that they can mess around with, which is good to hear from a Spurs fan watching that rebuild for a couple years. It was pretty rough. They will be without Wembanyama for tonight's matchup against the Lakers, which is clearly a big deal. I do believe they make the game competitive. I do believe it'll be a fun game to watch. It'll probably be close. De'Aaron Fox will do what he needs. Harrison Barnes will be putting up numbers at the unction. But that being said, I think the Lakers win tonight. They could potentially upset them if they can stay out of foul trouble, if them young bucks hit their shots, if, everybody does their job. But the Lakers are that team right now. The Lakers are always good on TV. They're always good in prime time. I think they really want to make that NBA Cup as bad as anybody else does. I expect to see the Lakers play the Thunder in the NBA Cup semifinal. And on the other side, while we're speaking of that for the next video to come out, we have the Magic and the Knicks going head-to-head for the other semifinal. I'll make a separate video just for the semifinal. I kind of got chopped on the East quarterfinals, but does that really matter? We knew the Heat were going to lose because it's Magic season, baby. And we knew that the Raptors were going to lose because they're absolute frauds. Thank you so much for watching and showing love to the channel. Good luck to all your favorite teams this season. Peace.